One of the exciting things about Asia and the Pacific is how dynamic it is. And in fact, when many people talk about megatrends, you're already seeing them now. We don't have to wait to the year 2030. Urbanization is an excellent example. How do we translate some of the programs, some of the know-how, some of the experience, some of the history that we have as the UN system, and ensure that we're as good in the urban setting offering support as we have been in the rural setting? A collective challenge, not only for the UN development system, but for the governments with whom we work, is how quickly change is happening. We've gone from incremental change to exponential change, and it's not only keeping up with that, but getting ahead of that. So we've talked about urbanization, and yet it's here. We talk about AI, and yet it's here. We talk about innovation. That innovation, the face of innovation, has changed for decades. How do we make sure that we continue to innovate our programs, ourselves, in a way that keeps up? Reinventing ourselves is a beautiful challenge and a difficult one. And in terms of a lot of the work that the UN development agencies have been doing, it's going from being supply-driven to really going up the value chain. That value add has changed because the governments with whom we work in East Asia-Pacific, for example, are much better positioned now than they ever were. So how do we make sure that we have a value add within that context? And we do. One of the ways we do, one of the things that we're often asked is on the data front. Everybody loves big data. But how do you make sense of it? How do you collect it in ways that matter? How do you analyze it in ways that really help drive results for people so that the 2030 agenda about leaving no one behind is really properly captured?